Well, guys, we said we'd be back once the Avs did something, and they did. They did something. So, what perfect timing. Anyway, so the Avs signed Tomas Tatar on a 1-year deal for $1.5 million. Was it Monday that they did that?
It was yesterday.
Was it yesterday? I thought it was Monday.
Either it was Tuesday.
Tuesday. It was Tuesday. That's it. Anyways,
all days mixed together.
Yeah. They signed him on Tuesday. It was kind of a, if you were on Twitter, it was like a weird sequence of events. He was just out there for a captain skate.
He was just skating with the team.
And they were like, oh, he signed.
And then 10 minutes later, Elliot Friedman, Tomas Tatar signed at the Avs, by the way.
1.1 by 1.5.
Mm-hmm. It's a good deal.
The exact same day that they signed Evan Rodriguez last year.
Yeah, it's a good deal. It's you don't find 27-time 20 goal scorers, for $1.5 million.
Right. Yeah,
it feels a lot like he feels like a very similar player to Brandon Saad for me.
Yeah, kind of just that guy is just gonna just automatic goals, and then
it's not pretty or anything, but it's just consistent production the whole year. I mean, it's not streaky or anything. It's just goals.
You'll get goals. They'll be coming.
And not the best playmaker, but he's good for 20 to 30 assists, and he's good for 20 to 30 goals. I'd imagine this year. So
it'll be interesting him playing with Ross Colton and Miles Wood. Both of those guys are a little bit more of a goal scoring than playmaking. So that's the presumed third line. My only concern with that is, like I just said, is there enough pucks for that trio? Who's going to be setting up the plays, or are they just going to rely on the defense?
I mean, we don't even know if that'll be the trio yet. And even if it is, I think Tatar has proven in the past that he can play the role of playmaker.
Yeah, I mean, he's definitely not bad at assists. It's just not.
It's not his thing. So I was going through his micro stats. He is good at everything, literally everything, except he's not the best playmaker. He doesn't draw a lot of penalties. Other than that, his offensive generation off the rush is good. Off the cycle is good. Everything you need that is there. His zone exits. I don't remember if his exits are good.
They are.
Yeah, I mean,
I can just look at.
He's just good at everything. And the problem is that his finishing hasn't been the best the past few years. But I feel like if he is just an average finisher, it's 25 goals. And that's rare to find. And he's only 32, so
it's not
it's just for 1 year.
You're expecting him to fall off a cliff,
right? And he just fits how the Avs want to play.
Right.
He's a good skater, not great, and
he'll fit in pretty well. Obviously, the big conversation around him is his playoff performances. He's not the greatest playoff player.
Yeah. And it's more due to a pretty extreme PDO.
When I heard that the other day, I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
that's absurd.
It was 89, which is really, really, really low.
Okay, so penalties. Okay.
100 is an average PDO.
Yeah. We were talking about a few podcasts ago about how Ben Meyer's 0.92 was really bad.
Yeah, 0.92 is really bad. And 0.89 is how does that even happen?
Yeah. That
you have to be shooting 3% as a team. and your goalie is also giving you a.
Your goalie is letting it everything.
Yeah, he's giving you an 860 or something. Like that is.
I'm kind of curious. I want to see how it broke down for him.
Yeah, me too. Like that is so bad. So like he plays okay in the playoffs.
Yeah, it's not like
his production has never been good in the playoffs, which is really weird. Because his actual play is not awful. It's not great, but it's not terrible. And yeah, it just doesn't make sense to me. But no, this is a great signing. This is exactly what they needed. I was expecting them to do this. And of course, it came on the same day Erod happened as well.
Yeah. It's a good deal. And I think what I like about it is that, Colton played like fourth line minutes. I mean, he'll be a good third liner. I think there's like maybe like, a lingering, kind of sense of doubt, but I doubt that it'll be. Yeah. So his just real quick, Tatar's on ice shooting percentage was 3.92. His on ice save percentage was 85.25. So
that's just like, oh my god,
that's absurd. Anyways, Colton and Wood, I mean they'll be good, but like you have the guys like
Miles Wood won't be good.
Okay, the other additions like Duran and Johansson, which I think a lot of people expect them to be good, and I kind of do as well. But there's a risk with them; you don't know for sure that they'll be flawless. And Tatar kind of helps.
I'm not totally convinced on either of them. So
I'm more convinced on Johansson. Duran, I don't know.
I'm more convinced on Druin than Johansson. Like I think Druin is just like can just put up 50 points and be fine. Whereas Johansson, I just wonder about like the controller disconnect moments.
But that's I get that, but also Duran is like the worst defensive forward in hockey. So like that's where I'm
go back and look when he played with Tampa. He was like good defensively.
Yeah, but I don't know has that
like, left his system. To Montreal, and Montreal's bad, and his mental health was in the gutter, which sucks. So
yeah, we'll see. I don't know. With as many offseason additions as they made, like you kind of get to the point where like, okay, well, one of these isn't going to work out probably, right? But
but what if they all do?
There's a very real word what they all do. But if one of those top six guys doesn't work out, this is where Tatar really helps, is because since he's a middle six guy, he can always slot into the top six. One thing that I like, is if Duran like struggles with injuries or anything like that, or if you just want to try a different look, you could drop Duran.
McKinnon misses his 10 games.
Yeah. You could drop Duran to the third line where you have two more goal scorers. He could be the playmaker. But the problem is you just don't have a lot of defensive support on that line.
Yeah.
But it's a good signing, and it really helps bolster the team's depth. It's kind of like we asked a question a little bit ago compared to last year, how do you feel about the Avs depth? And I mean,
I feel better now.
It feels pretty good right now. But
that was just the missing piece.
Yeah.
Great signing.
And one other thing about Tatar's playoff production, his only point in the playoffs last year was a goal in Game 7 against the Rangers. So, where's one thing the Avs need? It's a guy who could score in a Game 7.
It's true. But yeah, good deal. Yeah, did want to touch on Frankie.
Yeah. So we could talk about these other guys. So we could do Frankie first. Three people before today were missing from skates. Byram, Nichushkin, and Francouz. Frankie has now Frank Saravelli just tweeted that the Avs are looking around the goalie market. Kind of sucked because Keith Kincaid just got signed by The Devils.
Keith Kincaid's bad though. Like
Keith Kincaid's fine. He's like one of the better third goalies in the league.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it just depends on how long Frankie's out.
Yeah. Do you throw Annunen into it and be like,
if it's for a month,
good luck, kid.
If it's for 2 months, say Frankie comes back December 1st, what would you do?
I mean, this is the exact same thing that happened in 2021, 22, right? They did fine without him.
Yeah. But what would you do if he came back December 1st?
I don't even know what goalies are on the market still. So I'd probably just say,
I mean, would you?
It
doesn't matter which goalie. Would you trade for one, or would you?
I know you sign a goalie or you just
sign one. Okay.
And
what
there's
if
also
Frankie's out until February 1st?
Then you might want to
trade for one.
But you don't trade at anything more than this 5th.
Oh yeah, no. Just get like Michael Hutchinson or something like that.
Bring him back.
Just someone to do the job.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. Frankie just has not been able to stay healthy in his NHL career.
Yeah,
kind of sucks to see. It was his rookie season, and then he had the lingering problem at the beginning of the Cup year, but then he came back, and they were able to obviously roll with him in the playoffs. But yeah, no, that's hopefully it's nothing too long. If they're looking around the market, that's not encouraging, but
yeah,
we'll see. I guess he did have the procedure done on his abductor, so or whatever the hell it was. That's probably something to do with it. There hasn't been a lot of clarification about it. But yeah, then we could touch on these other two guys that haven't shown yet. First, we could talk about Beau and Byram. Wrong way. I'm trying to talk about Beau with the media thing. Oh, never mind. Okay. Oh well. Anyways, Beau and Byram was the selection for the NHL media tour. I always think it's weird that they call it a tour. They just go to Las Vegas or wherever the hell it usually is.
Have some fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of fun seeing the behind the scenes. I don't think we've gotten that in years before. So that was a fun little twist. But it's what do you think about Beau being the selection for that? What do you?
I think it was just Nate and Kale being like, nah, we did it last year. And then Mikko was probably just like, nah, good.
Yeah.
And you're like, Beau, why don't you go? Or maybe like Beau lost a bet or something last year.
I don't know. I think Beau's like kind of a good person to do because he's got like, I don't know. Well, yeah, he's got a lot of personality. I think outside of Landeskog, he's got probably some of the more outward personality on the team.
Mikko. But
Mikko has like that goofball personality, but I think if you put him in front of a camera, I don't think he's like Taves wouldn't have bet a bad one.
Mental strength. Mental strength. That's what Mikko says in front of the camera.
That's what he says?
That was my favorite interview.
What interview was this?
It was in the playoffs, and Katie Goss asked him what it meant, or like what it took to win Game 3, and he was just like, mental strength. I'm trying to find it. It's the best interview. It really was.
I'm just gonna hold my microphone now. You find that? Yeah, I think Mikko would be fun. I think he's goofy. Kale was good. I think Kale was good last year. Okay, everybody, listen.
Mental strength. Mental strength.
Mental strength.
Mental strength. Oh, I love him. Also, like when he at the parade when he's like, I lost my ability to speak English. I'm just going to go talk with Lecky. Yeah, I think that's the thing. He's not the greatest English speaker.
Oh, he's pretty good.
He's good for like someone who's not from America, but I don't know
it's not like Landeskog where you listen to Landeskog and you're like, oh, this guy's from Colorado.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, we could touch on that too. Chris McFarland did say that they hope Gabe Landeskog will be back in time for playoffs.
Yeah, I feel like that's just fake news.
We've heard this before.
Yeah, I just feel like that's fake news, and the most important thing is that he plays hockey again. So.
Yeah. If they hope he can be back for the playoffs, that's a bit of an encouraging sign for maybe his progress going forward. But we'll see.
I just feel like that's like a lesser known site trying to pump out hockey content that just isn't relevant right now.
Well, it was that he did that's how he said it in the article. So I think
of course he's hopeful that Landeskog is coming back. Yeah,
no, for sure. I'm just saying
I'm hopeful too, and also bear shit in the woods. Yes.
I think it's the Pope actually, but yeah, no, you definitely I see where you're coming from, but it's just kind of I don't know. I think there's some credence to it, if
it's just I just don't know how they would know yet,
someone just said wait for JoJo to hit waivers then claim him.
Yeah, now we're talking JoJo time.
Dude, that'd be
this poor Avs group chat I'm in. When I was telling you about this when JoJo got signed by whoever it was. Tampa Bay. Yeah.
I believe that's so weird. It's just not right.
I think I just spammed no JoJo probably 30 times. It's really sad. But yeah, he'll be an advocate. Don't worry.
He might come back. This is one other thing that we can touch on really quick because the Avs always seem to make a waiver claim at some point early in the season. Now I don't know if they really have the room for it anymore.
I think they do for one guy. Or what you could do is you could just trade Curtis McDermott. But that would free up some money.
Yeah. It's Blake's favorite move.
But no, they're not going to do that.
No.
Just Joshin. But no, I think they could. I think they could.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, and also okay, and we've talked about this before. There's, I don't know. They've signed some PTOs since we last talked. Did we talk since they signed Kiviranta?
I don't remember, but Peter Holland is not going to make the team. Kiviranta might. Saku Menelainen is really, really good on the PK and really bad everywhere else. So
he's also large.
Yeah, he's a big guy. He's more lanky than large. He's
they're signing a lot of Finnish guys, by the way.
Yeah, Mikko's recruiting. Let's see, Saku Menelainen.
Yeah, so that's one guy I think would probably make the team because they don't have a lot of penalty killers at this point. The problem is he doesn't take faceoffs, but
spell Menelainen.
It's
how do you think it's spelled?
E-N.
No, you're already wrong.
Shit.
Yeah.
How's it spelled?
Maenalanen. Maenalanen.
Okay then. That's a name.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I think
200.
He'd be an interesting one to fill the role. I don't know how Riley Tufte will work. No, he's probably going to be an AHL guy, kind of like a Hudon role.
Yeah.
And then I think Olofsson is an interesting.
I think Olofsson could absolutely make the team. Yeah, I think he's good.
And they probably run. What do you think? We still think they run with Myers at 4C, or they should at least.
I honestly don't know. I do think that for sure it's LOC. I would actually be a little bit on the I don't think they would do it, but I wouldn't be surprised if Cogs starts as a healthy scratch just because
maybe
he's just not that good anymore. If they are lacking PK guys, which I don't think they will be. I think they have Nichushkin and Lehkonen and LOC, and I'm sure Colton's going to play on the PK, even though he's never really done it because they need a center.
Right. I'd like to see Myers on the PK.
Yeah, I just think like it's for sure Logan O'Connor on the fourth line right now, and then the other two, like it's probably Cogliano on the other wing.
Yeah,
but I would not be surprised if he opens.
If he's a scratch.
Yeah.
Yeah, they definitely have.
I wouldn't be surprised if he's scratched for like 20, 25 games this year, you know?
Yeah, maybe. The problem, I think, it's interesting with him because with Landeskog out, he provides a lot of like veteran leadership, you know, which is a real thing and isn't a real thing, you know. It's like, but
I also just think they want to be icing as good of a team as they can, and
right,
like if that means doing a couple nights of Olofsson, Myers, O'Connor, because I mean
that wouldn't be bad.
Yeah, like you can just mix and match. I think Kiviranta will make the team. I don't know about Menelainen. I don't think Peter Holland will make it.
Probably not.
But I just think he was a bad NHL player in his prime years, and now he's old.
And then he like went away for like 4 years.
Right, and turned old, and now he's like, I'm gonna come back. I don't think so.
Good luck, buddy.
Mm-hmm.
How about the ECHL?
Yeah, that's more your pace there.
Yeah. There's definitely lots of options the Avs have regarding like their bottom six and everything, but it's like now it's become a little bit more clear, you know, now that they have Tatar. We can talk about, so we went to the Avs practice last Friday. We talk about that a little bit because it was entertaining.
It was just lighthearted.
Yeah, it was fun stuff. They started off with a 7-on-7 3-puck.
Yeah,
chaos. Which is something that EA should really consider adding to NHL. That'd be kind of sick.
Yeah, I mean, so the new skills coach was the Creek hockey coach, Toby Peterson.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and so, my cousin who goes to Creek was like, "These are the same drills that we do." So, yeah, but so I thought that was funny, and then just some pretty simple warm up drills until I had to go, but no, it was fun, lighthearted. Drew and McKinnon, when they were together, scored a lot.
Yeah.
Nathan McKinnon he's so sick. It's just so funny how much better him and Rico are.
Yeah, it's kind of nuts.
Than the rest of who was there, because Kale wasn't there yet.
Yeah, Kale showed up this week and like Bo did too. But yeah, no, Mikko is just kind of hilarious. One thing that I learned is that Ryan Johansson doesn't shut the fuck up. He's always talking.
Always
shit talking. Him and Curtis McDermott got into a little net front battle at one point.
Mm-hmm. He just was, he wouldn't stop yapping.
Him and Lehkonen were kind of cooking. Him and they were creating some nice chances. Johansson does love himself a little sauce pass though.
Mm-hmm.
Uses that.
He also has a really good shot.
Yeah. He's a talented player. We'll see if if he can maybe stay a little bit more engaged on a more competitive, I guess, driven team. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, the Avs have like higher standards than, especially right now, than more than the Predators. Yeah, and then what else was there that we saw? So that goalie was in fact Trent Miner, by the way.
Really?
That's Evan Rowell told me that.
Oh.
So getting in
the way
work.
they talk about Trent Miner, they talk about him like he's just a giant dude.
Yeah.
And he just wasn't?
No. He just looked like an average guy.
He just looked like a goalie.
He didn't look bad.
No, he didn't look bad.
Pretty inoffensive. Like,
yeah, it's just a goalie.
Just a little guy. And then coming up is the rookie tournament this week. Today we saw our first people. Well, we didn't go. Saw our first glimpse. Whatever. The people saw their first glimpse at Callum Ritchie. Was skating before the skate in a red practice sweater, and it looks like he's not going to play in the tournament. Doesn't look like he'll be ready exactly until fall, which, he had shoulder surgery. It's not a quick turnaround, to say the least. But it'll still be interesting. Unfortunately, with him and Foodie out, that's a few guys that you really want to see. But
right
this year, it's really what? Sorry.
Oh, sorry. For Richie, I just think like he played his entire last season with his shoulder hurt. So I just think it'll be interesting to see how he does with a new shoulder, feeling good.
Yeah.
For the first time in a year,
not being in pain every time he.
Right. Like, just, it's going to be so nice for him. And I just wonder how he does. Does he go off, or is it kind of the same as last year? Does it take a little bit of time? I'm just interested.
Yeah, right. The hope for everybody is that he, without that burden, he's kind of like, kind of dominates a little bit more.
Yep. And then Foodie, something that's like already a little concerning is he's a smaller guy. He's hurt a lot, already.
And especially for someone who relies on his speed so much, getting injured is not.
Yeah. No, I don't exactly know what his injury is. Not sure anyone does. Maybe there's something I haven't heard.
Right. I'm not sure either. I think it was like a leg. It was like a lower body thing.
Yeah.
I think he was injured at the end of last year, and I think it's the same thing. But or he had a surgery or something. I'm not entirely sure. But anyways, without those two, the people that we're really looking at are Olausen. Who else? It's so weird without because Hansel, Malinsky, Poland, all those Eagles guys, and then there's I don't know. Interesting to see how Zhigalov does.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's it's funny because Sean Allard's kid is still on the.
Yeah, wonder what happened to Sean Allard.
Peter just put out an article.
Oh.
Yeah, about.
Well, what happened?
I don't know. I didn't read it yet.
Oh, well, let's read it.
Shout out
to Peter Baugh.
Shout out Peter Baugh of The Athletic. Yeah, it's just it's weird, with Gulyev, he's in the KHL, doing well. Speaking of the KHL, God damn it, I'm forgetting his name so hard.
Sean Allard's departure. Thoughts on the Tomas Tatar signing?
What is his name? The KHL guy. Kovalenko. Kovalenko had 2 more assists today. Seems to be having a good start to the season. So that's encouraging, and that's another kind of thing that we can touch on really quick is
Oh, Alark's just going to spend time with his kids.
Oh, well, that's cool. Well, his kids are with the Avs now.
And his family.
That's good. I'm glad to hear it's nothing like
his wife. You know. His wife probably bitched him out for being with the Avalanche all season.
It's because all the guys are always injured, so he always has to.
Yeah, exactly.
A day off. He's like, oh, sorry, I got to go work with Josh Manson. You know, and she's like, what?
Excuse me.
Yeah. So, it's Well, I hope this guy, this new guy, is good. He played in the NHL, so you know, he should have some idea of
He seems so young. Like, why would Nathan McKinnon ever listen to him? Like, Nathan McKinnon's so much better than he is and ever was. Like, why? Whatever.
Well, I mean, that's probably the same with Sean Allard.
But like, Sean Allard was an older guy, and you know, he just had this swagger to him. You know.
Yeah.
When he was skating out there.
Built-in respect.
Exactly.
I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, we'll see.
If none of the injured guys are good when they come back, then we know who to blame. So
we know exactly who to blame. Toby Peterson.
He also played for the Wild, so he probably sucks.
Oh, he's probably just trying to purposefully sabotage it then.
Can you imagine? That'd be fucking hilarious.
No, it wouldn't be.
That'd be kind
stupid
of
Wild player.
Yeah, so really quick, with this Tatar signing, just kind of to round everything out. So now their options at the deadline get a little bit shorter. Do you think they just bring? This is a long ways out, so we're asking for a little bit of a bold prediction here. Do you think they just bring Kovalenko over?
No, I think they'll do more. I think they're gonna bring Kovalenko over, but then I also think they've got some other tricks up their sleeve.
Maybe, yeah. Just that forward core, if Duran and Johansson work out, there's not really much to do in the top 9.
Right. And yeah.
Because then if you're also get Kovalenko, who's also probably a top 9 player.
Yeah. Yeah. And then you move Wood to your 4th line, I think. But I just wonder about what was I gonna say? It was interesting. Oh yeah, I just wonder about Josh Manson.
Oh yeah, Moss Jansen.
Because he good.
You good, bro? I have no idea. It's very weird. There just hasn't been a lot of talk about him. So
because if he's not, and we get to the deadline and his 4.5 is there,
well, they might as well spend it.
Might as well.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised. I would already get a defenseman. But if Josh Manson is
hurt.
Yeah.
Do they get a defenseman?
I would get a defenseman.
Do they run Sam Malinsky?
We saw it in 21-22, and I'll always say this. You can get away with just having a sick top 4 in the regular season. Like Taves Makar. It was for a while there. It was just Taves Makar, Gerard, Jack Johnson, Eric Johnson, and whoever. And they won 17 games in a row.
Right.
It was fine.
Curtis McDermott.
Yeah, it was either McDermott or someone else. So, and they just kept winning and winning and winning. So, I don't think it matters as much if you have that high-end talent. And then they were like, okay, let's go back and, let's patch
get an actual top 4 guy. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll just have 5 top 4 defensemen because we're going to Bo and Byron back. We'll add Josh Manson. And then now we're only playing one actual true third pairing guy, which means he only has to play 12 minutes a night and the others can all play 20 or more,
Right. Then, you're not right. And that was it's hard.
Right. That was really sick. So I think they're going to look to do something similar this year. if Manson is not. Like, it just depends on Manson. So
Yeah, we have to wait until training camp for him.
yeah,
I think
I would already trade for a third pairing, like a solid third pairing guy.
you could.
Yes, I don't think you can just roll with Jack Johnson and then your next up is McDermott.
Yeah,
into the playoffs. I think Jack Johnson's going to be your
yeah,
seven.
no, that's a long ways away. So
Yeah. I mean, you're asking about the deadline, so
yeah, I know. That's the problem with talking about the deadline. Said it's so far away. It's like
today. I would actually right now today. They don't have the money for it, but I would, especially if they're going to get a goalie. Like, but I would absolutely like get a defenseman. But that's okay. We get to see the King play more. It's all good.
Did Jacob McDonald resign in San Jose?
I think so.
Yeah, I think he did.
He did. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So I don't think there's anything to touch on as far as Tatar or anything else.
That should be good for me.
Are you planning on watching the Rookie Faceoff games?
Maybe.
If you do, then we'll do one. Then we'll podcast on it. But
yeah,
if not,
maybe.
Then we'll just do like something once training camp rolls around, preseason starts. You know.
Yeah, we'll get the predictions stuff going.
Hockey is finally back, kind of.
Yeah.
So we'll see you guys when we see you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.